how you
my
doing,
hair
man?
is.
How's everything going?
It's all right. I took day off and all that.
Hold on, let me turn on the volume. Let me turn the volume up a little bit
Cool.
so I can
Yeah,
hear you a bit better.
cool. I'll find
But
out.
yeah, man, I don't know where we should start with this conversation, but how about an introduction? How about we start with an introduction? You wanna tell
Okay.
us, your name or your online name and your or whatever your political beliefs and whatnot?
David Internet. I'm on Twitter as David Internet. I'm a communist, a Marxist Leninist in specific. Um, I'm pro open borders, I guess, eventually. Uh,
You guess eventually. I'm hoping I can change your mind on that, but we can continue with your beliefs. Though I didn't mean to interrupt you.
yeah, no, you're good. I'm pro gun, at least somewhat.
We can also talk about gun control, probably.
Sure, sure. Obviously, I'm against free shootings, but I am pro gun. So
Yeah, no one likes violence. I mean, I think we agree on a lot of the social aspects of like you said about a lot of the social aspects of law. You know how it works.
yeah.
It's American. Hey, what's up, Moses? American, whatever you want me to refer you to as. Yeah, why do you look angry, man? I hope you're not angry. This is not that
I don't think
serious.
so. People just say that. I tend to scowl a lot. I just think
Yeah,
that
when you
I
go,
just, yeah, I just do that with my eyebrows often, and people think I look mad. It's just my resting face, I guess.
it's your resting bitch face, as they
I
would
guess
say.
so. I guess so. I have my resting grumpy face.
Your grumpy face, grumpy cat.
Yeah, I look pissed off.
Definitely remind me of excuse me, grumpy cat. Yeah, so I mean, do you want to state anything else? I mean, we had the McDonald's discussion in
Yeah,
the
sure,
Discord. I don't know where we should start. I guess we could start there, but let's wait for a little bit more people to join in.
sure.
2028 and beyond, yeah, slap that like subscribe button. So actually I do have some minor warm-up questions. Have you always believed in Leninism?
No, I guess I was a liberal for most of my teens. What Americans call liberal.
A progressive liberal or an
Yeah,
economic liberal?
yeah, progressive liberal. My father would put on Michael Moore documentaries when I was a kid, so I
Your
was
father was a
liberal.
liberal?
Yeah, my dad was.
A progressive.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider my mother that, but yeah.
Your
So
mother was
it's
more on the
probably
conservative
she
side?
never talked about it very much, but I would imagine. And as she's gotten older, she's opened up a little bit more, and yeah, I would think so.
Did your
I don't know.
mom vote for Trump?
I don't know. She's always been pretty good at never telling anyone who she voted for, so I don't actually know. She's kept it under her hat my entire life, and she's been real adamant that it's your decision, and you walk in the booth, and no one should ask you, and you don't have an obligation to tell anyone.
You've
And I
never
agree with
voted?
her.
Ever?
Me, no, no, never.
Not even
Uh,
in like governor elections or any kind of state elections?
no, there have been a couple that I've thought about, but I don't know. Everyone in America that runs for office is pro capital, and I'm
What about
anti that.
Bernie Sanders?
I liked Bernie some. He's got some pretty shitty foreign policy takes, specifically Israel and things like that. But
And you're
um,
still supporting Bernie, even though he preaches about, like preaching about giving, your money away, millionaires and billionaires, and he has like three,
it's not
four
my money.
houses,
It's not
and he
my money.
flies on a
So
private jet.
I think that he would probably be okay with being taxed at that rate too, if you asked him.
I
Um,
mean, like he's just making his salary. All of his other money, he's already
I
he's already
think that
sold his
you can
book.
be. I think you can be rich and still advocate for things that might
And
like
what
work
rate do you
against
think
you.
Bernie would tax people at? What rate, in your idea, should millionaires or billionaires be taxed at?
I would say I mean, we had a pretty decent tax rate before in the early 1900s or something
You're
of
talking
like
about the 1950s.
no, I think it was earlier than that. It was maybe the 30s. Either way, it was 90% on every
That was in the
dollar
50s, and there was a million
over.
more loopholes. The effective tax rate was actually lower than, they
Oh, you
had
got a
stuff
talking
like,
point. What's
sorry?
that? I didn't know you had a talking point on it. That's fun.
No, I did
Right.
have a talking point on this. I've heard about this before. I've researched this. This was in the 1950s. They did have, an 80%, 90% tax rate for the top 1%, but the amount of
Over
tax loopholes,
over over $4 million.
yeah,
It
but the
wasn't
amount
it
of
wasn't
tax
that
loopholes they
high.
had back then was, heinous compared to the amount, today we have way less amount of tax loopholes. Today we have less
Sure.
tax loopholes than we had back then. I mean, the effective tax rate would normally come down to roughly about, I mean, I've researched this before, but with all the tax loopholes, like you could invest in a cattle farm, you could do all this kind of other stuff to, lower your taxes. The
You
effective tax
shouldn't
rate,
you
sorry?
shouldn't say you shouldn't say research when you say stuff. Research is when like you and multiple people have done like peer review.
I mean, I've looked
You
at
just
some peer
looked it
review.
up.
Some people have studied
No,
this
no,
topic
you
before.
looked it up. You looked it up, and that's okay. But like you looked it
I've
up, and
researched
you
some
didn't
topics
do
on it.
research on it. What's that?
I've researched some topics on it.
No, you looked them up. It's okay. It's just bad
Yeah, I
wording
looked it
when
up. I
people say,
researched some topics on it.
right, that's not what that means. Research is conducted in like labs and focus groups with like controls
I
and
mean, if we want to
yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
So
the
like
definition of research, we can talk about that as well. But I think that's a
you
pointless
claim to be doing
discussion
research.
and
I'm
argument.
just saying that you did in fact look it up, which is okay.
Okay, yeah,
But
of
like,
course I looked it up.
yeah.
I looked it
So
up in books and I looked it up in, online on Google. I mean, that's research. Isn't that research?
no, research is like peer review and control
Peer
groups
review
and
is
like
peer review.
hypothesis.
Research is research. Should we
Yeah,
look
what
up the
what that
definition of
means is like
research?
I'm just pulling up a chair. Sorry.
That's okay. Do what you got to do.
No.
Research definition: the systematic investigation into study or materials and sources in order to establish facts and research new conclusions.
Right,
So
right,
I've
right, right,
done
right. Were
research
you like
according to the
establishing?
Oxford Language Dictionary.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
um,
what were we
but
saying?
but that's not even the point. Who gives a shit
Yeah.
about research or peer reviews or the definition of them? The main
Yeah.
point I'm talking about is history tells us that
Okay.
these people had way more. The effective tax rate they were actually paying was about sometimes 35, 50% at max. It was not 90%. There was a 90% tax rate,
Over
but
4 million. Over $4 million, you paid
yeah,
90%. Yeah.
but there's more tax loopholes. But I guess we can
Sure.
move
Yeah,
into the.
yeah. I mean, it was coming. It was coming not far off of the Gilded Age. It was only 30 years. There was a lot of like room for corruption. So, but that's fine.
I don't know what you would consider research, but the next topic we can move into is McDonald's employees, $75,000 a year. So let's first talk
Sure, I
about
think
how
that
much.
that's
I'd
fine.
have to double check this, but
Okay.
my original studies, studies, whatever word you want to use,
Can
my
I hit
original
my vape
Google
on stream? Will
researching.
I get in trouble? Will I get you in trouble if I hit my vape on stream?
No, it's fine. You can hit your vape on stream. That's fine, man. Go ahead.
Cool.
But no, I
Uh,
appreciate your consideration, by the way.
yeah,
So like to start a McDonald's franchise, it's about $5 or $6 million, or it can be more,
sure,
it can be less, just depends
sure,
on the location.
sure.
The average net profits, I believe. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is correct from what my. It's been a year or so since I've actually looked into the profits, the franchise costs, et cetera, et cetera. So it
Mhm.
costs $6 million to start a McDonald's. The net profits, I believe, were maybe around 1 million, or total profits were around 1 million, something like that.
Yeah,
And say we raise the McDonald's workers minimum wage to $75,000 a year. Okay, there we go.
sure.
We're losing a five to $600,000. We're losing in profits, and then there you go. You're making $400,000 a year. That's about an 8% return for franchise owners. Can you understand how that's not very incentivizing to open new McDonald's
Your,
franchises if you're paying these McDonald's workers to 75 freaking $1,000 a year to start
your
a new
argument,
or
your argument is that the owner would make less but still make a lot of money.
that's not my argument. Actually, my argument is, why would you go through all the stress and frustration of starting a new franchise when you can make more money just putting $6 million in the stock market, putting $6 million in crypto, and it doesn't incentivize franchising and managing businesses and creating more jobs, et cetera,
Yeah,
et cetera.
I think you could make
And
this
not to mention,
case.
there's times that can happen if a machine breaks down, if you have
Yeah,
to repaint the store, if you have to,
I
do
think
an
you could
entire
make
new
the. I think you
decoration
could
of
make
it.
the case of there being risk in it without the McDonald's employee salary being factored in. Your business might fail. It might be safer to invest $6 million in the stock market than opening a McDonald's in any way, shape, or form. That's
It's not
just
just about safety; it's about
true.
total, net
You
profits and
are
returns.
considering the risk of investment. So your analysis hinges on the safety of the investment and the
Not really the
incentive.
safety of the investment, just the pure fact that if we're paying them $75,000 a year, you
Right.
can go into any other pretty much investment, stocks, real estate, and there's way less risk. And also,
Cool.
you don't have to go through the headache, and you're making more total profits.
So
Giving
they'll
McDonald's
so
workers
they'll do that.
$75,000 a year, like you claim you'd be okay with, is not,
Are
really a good
you are
incentive.
you concerned that there won't be enough McDonald's?
McDonald's will start to close, and they'll also be replaced by AI.
Okay. So you're
Or there's
anti
not gonna they're
AI.
gonna stop making more McDonald's, or they're gonna stop
So,
adding
so
more
you're, they're
franchises.
gonna replace everything with AI if they can, no matter what. No matter what employees make, they're gonna just
Of
do that.
course, but if we try to give them, even if we try to do what Mandami is doing, a $30 an hour, a $30 an hour minimum wage for McDonald's employees, that's gonna
Okay.
make McDonald's instantly just say, okay, you know what, we're going AI immediately. I mean, do
Okay.
you see the problem with Mandami's ideas?
No,
Yes, this
they're
guy is a
gonna.
communist. He's a Leninist.
Okay,
He's already
but
stated that.
haven't they? No, he said. I think that he's a democratic socialist. Those guys are pretty different from me. Um,
No,
but
someone in the comments said he's a communist.
yes, Mondami is not.
No, I think they're referring to you, but I don't know if they're
I'm a
referring to you or
communist. Yeah,
Mandami. But
I'm a communist. Yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Um, I don't care if McDonald's close. I know that most jobs are going to get replaced with AI one way or another if they can do it and it's cheaper. So I don't know. That just feels like fear mongering and
it's going to
depriving
accelerate the
people.
process, though, if we, mandate a $30 an hour
I don't
minimum wage in New
think
York.
I don't think it will, and if it did, whatever. So what? It's gonna happen anyway. We should maybe regulate AI then, if that's what the concern is. Uh,
Okay, so then you pretty much concede to the fact that the $75,000 a year thing is, is not very incentivizing to the business owners,
well, that
to the
wasn't the question.
employees, or to anyone really.
Incentivizing. The question was if I'm for $75,000 a year. That's a weird number that I feel like is
It's
just meant.
actually a number I came up in a debate with the last guy because we
Great,
figured. I mean, I would have to do the
cool.
math again, but
I would say
you
that
know,
every McDonald's employee deserves the amount of money that they generate in value per shift. Period. That's it.
so
That's how
you're
much
telling me
money.
they deserve all the company's profits?
I do. I think that's what that means, and
That's
I think that
then
they, as
start your
a
own
business,
business. That's
I
what
think that they,
capitalism
as a group
is.
of employees, should decide what the best move for that business is. Yes.
Well, there's already structures like this. First off, a co-op. There are businesses that are co-ops. They each individually, take the
That's
share
fine.
of.
There's some
I
that
mean,
exist. I don't think they go far enough, but some of those work. There's one in Italy that's been around for like 140 years, and it does decent. And people have more incentives to do a better job when they have economic stake in their business, in their
well,
job.
then they should join a co-op. It's really that
It's
simple.
not
There's
that
co-ops.
simple. It's not about choice. It's about the ability of the state to crush any widespread dissent against the current status quo, which is work, get a shitty wage, be poor.
That's a choice.
No,
We've
it's
already
not. No, it's
established.
not. No, it's
Didn't
not.
didn't we
Do you
talk on the
live at
phone
home? Do
earlier?
do
Would
you
you
live at
agree
home
with
with your
this?
parents? Do you live at home with
Sorry?
your
No, no. I've moved out since I was 18 years old.
Okay, so you pay bills.
Yes, I pay bills. I pay rent. I pay phone bills. I pay everything.
Right.
You
And if
know.
all of that got away from you and you were fucking out on your ass, stinking, got fired from your job because you don't have anywhere to shower or wipe your ass, you have no fucking money because everything's falling apart. You don't think that there's any way for you to just be able to like climb up from the fucking bottom again?
That's why you have to have a great network, because when you're in these fucked up situations, I have friends that would give me $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and help me pick up. I mean,
Network?
I
That's
don't
the silliest thing
I don't need the
I've
government
ever
to
heard.
help me with anything. These
Yeah,
these
great,
exact
man. That's
situations
what
have
a
happened to
family
me
and a
before.
community
My
should be
friends
there
my
for.
friends
In
like, here you
fact,
go, here's $4,000.
I'm so for communities helping them out, helping each other out, that I built an entire ideology on it. It's called communism. The root word
Communism
is
is a failed
community. The root
system.
word is community. If you want to talk about networking, I'm talking about community. I'm talking about building community up to a societal level to have
People shouldn't be forced to help you out because
what's that?
people shouldn't help you out
Yes, they
just for
should.
nothing.
Yes, they
If
should.
they don't know you, they should not be required by the government to help you out.
No one's
If
talking
they
about
want
the
to give you
government
charitable
requiring
actions,
you
they
people
can.
to
If
help each
not, they
other
don't
out.
have to.
That's not a policy that anyone's.
Guy on the right, educate yourself. Read Atlas Shrugged.
I have. It's a really stupid book. It's bad. It's a bad book. Ayn Rand is a bad writer.
I haven't read the book, but I
You
probably
want
would
to know? You want
disagree.
to talk about? You want to talk about Ayn Rand? She was fucking educated in the USSR. She died on social services, penniless, broke. She was fucking kept alive by the state. Come
If you're
on,
poor under capitalism, you'd be dead under communism.
no, you wouldn't. There were people like to joke about bread lines, like it's a bad thing for the government to give you bread for free when you're starving. You have to do that
It
here. It's
shouldn't be
called a
forced
grocery store,
upon
and they
you.
don't give you any if you don't have any money. It sucks.
Capitalism is such a good system. We even got homeless people out here making $200 or $300 sometimes, shaking their cup.
Great, cool. If one homeless guy makes $200 shaking a cup
Bread
on the
lines are
side of
bad. Do
France,
you believe that the government should have a government-ran grocery store? Is that a part of the thing you agree with as well?
oh yeah, sure, yeah, that sounds like a.
So a grocery store. You want a line for 5 or 6 hours for a
No.
government-ran grocery store with
Do you know
controlled
how much?
prices?
Do you know how much milk and cheese the U.S. government buys per year?
I know there's already subsidized things and
Right. So why wouldn't we just like make a place to sell those goods that we could make cheaper than the alternatives and drive down market prices? Why wouldn't we do that? Why wouldn't you
sorry,
want?
restate the question again.
No, no, no. I answered it. I said, yeah, I'm for them. Why wouldn't you want them?
One
And
homeless guy, there are millions making $100 to $500 a day. That's what I'm
what? No,
saying,
that's not.
man. Even if you're homeless, you can make a shit ton of
That's
money.
not. Do
That's
you
how
know the
good
population?
capitalism
You
is.
just said millions. Do you know the population of this country is like 330
I don't
million?
think he was
Not just the
referring to the
percentage.
entire country, but I think he was referring to the entire world.
I don't think I.
But either way, this isn't even my opinion. This was just someone in the comment section.
Oh, okay.
I'm just reading a comment, but a
So
fuck
you're
ton of them
asking me
do make a good
why
living.
I don't care about that?
Why do you not care about that?
Because they should be able to take up arms and take back vacant
Take up
houses
arms. Why would they
and
take
take
up
back
arms when they're
vacant
making five
houses,
hundred dollars
man.
a
Like
day
I
shaking a
don't.
cup?
Yeah, I'm saying that they are. We are lucky they're shaking a cup. Like they're out on the fucking street and we just drive past them. We should be happy they're nice sometimes. Like we left
Sometimes.
them to die on the street as a society and
Yeah, that's
have the
exactly why
nerve
we
to
should
be
not be
annoyed
pro
by
open
them.
borders. That's exactly why we should not let illegal immigrants into this country. We have to put
Why?
American citizens first. A lot of your talking points are hypocritical.
Why?
Why what?
Why are they hypocritical?
Because how can you be about putting American citizens first, the American workers first, and then the next minute
Not,
you want to talk about allowing
I'm not putting
open
American
borders?
citizens first. I'm not putting American workers first. I'm an internationalist. I'm for
A
the working
globalist. So you're a
classes in the
globalist.
entire
Don't
world.
say internationalist. You're a globalist. Just say it.
I'm for a system of global government. Yeah, sure. That's what
Okay, so you're a
communism is.
globalist.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Never heard anyone refer to
that in
themselves
the
as an
long run,
internationalist.
well, hold on. Don't you think that in the long run, everyone should be for the whole world coming together and deciding that we don't need any sort of formal government anymore, and
No,
everyone
that sounds
just
like
runs
anarchy to
smoothly?
me. That'll never work.
So you're
This is
for
like the hippies in the
you're for
60s saying, "Oh, we should get rid of government and we
so
should just come
yeah,
together.
so you're
Everyone's going
for
to
like big
agree."
government?
Sorry?
You're for like big government?
No, I'm for small government, but I'm not against no government.
Okay, so what's a small government then?
Less government regulations on businesses, less
Okay, so is
taxes.
policy? Is
Sorry?
policy? Small government means less policy?
It means less regulations against businesses. I mean, in some areas some areas I'm for bigger government, like when it comes to border security, but
Okay.
everything else, I'm, for smaller government when it comes to business
So you're
regulations,
for you're for
taxes.
you're for you're for a military, and that's basically it.
For the military. What about the
A
military?
militarized border, the border troops
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I'm for the
Yeah.
militarized border and I'm for, policing this country to keep the criminals have nothing to worry about from the National Guard or the police. As
Well,
long as they don't resist arrest or try to, do anything like that.
I mean, but you do know that, like, at any point, like, armed wings of the state can and will just start acting like autonomously because they've been
When has that happened other than before the Civil War?
every time, ever, anywhere. I mean,
I mean,
cops
we're on a pretty good 250-year streak right now.
of what are cops not being? Our cops have opened fire. Our National Guard has killed like protesting college students in the
I mean, can you
60s.
name a certain circumstance or a certain
Yeah,
source?
the Kent State Massacre in the 60s, National Guard troops opened fire on student protesters. I think they killed four of them. The lead
What
singer
was
of
it called?
was
The
there.
Kent State?
Kent, Kent.
Kent State Massacre.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my point was going to
The,
be yes, mistakes happen with police officers, mistakes
sure.
happen with the National Guard, mistakes happen with ICE. Does that mean we should get rid of them altogether?
Some, yeah, kind of.
Are you kidding me? Then who's going to protect you? How many guns do you have to protect yourself? Do you have tanks
I'm
and do
not
you
gonna
have,
answer.
rockets? Sorry?
I'm not gonna answer that.
Well, then I'm just going to say none. So you're not going to be able to protect yourself. You probably wouldn't be able to protect yourself versus that long bearded fella that we were on the phone with that has a bulletproof vest. He makes his own ammunition and a bunch of other things. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm not that concerned. The world isn't scary to me like it
it's
seems.
not scary to you. Have you ever left your town or have you ever been to an
Yeah,
urban environment?
yeah. I've been a lot of places, and like it
I
all
mean, you
just
said Mexico is safer than the United States. I mean, it might be safer than
yeah.
some liberal hellholes. Some places.
Look, man, I know that there's a book you should read called "The Cartels Don't Exist."
They do exist, but okay. That's a crazy
Okay,
statement.
I need you to prove it then because I've made the statement, and if
You
you're going to
need me to
reply,
prove
then
that the cartels exist. What about El Chapo and the countless, cartel leaders that have been arrested? What about the people that have snitched and said that the cartel does exist? The people that, have said in court under oath that we're running a cartel and there's, a cartel, all these people under court oath saying that there is indeed a cartel. How can you say there's no cartel? I've never even read this book. I've never even heard about this book. That's like
okay, so
Pablo Escobar, all these
if you've
people.
never done any research towards it, you can't debunk the claim outright. I'll give you a rundown. Um, the idea that there is this like organized crime force that exists in Mexico that is separate and different from crime everywhere else is a falsehood that we have made up to try and militarize our border and antagonize Mexico. I think to invade Mexico, but I that sounds like a conspiracy theory, so I lay
What did
off.
you say that you want to invade Mexico? That we
No, I
want to
think the
invade
U.S.
Mexico?
wants to invade Mexico.
Why would we want to invade Mexico? What resources do they have?
Take more. I don't know if it's about resource. I don't know if it's about annexing territory. I don't think that that's the case.
That's definitely a conspiracy. But can we talk about open borders for a second? So
Sure.
if you're open borders, that means you don't want any wall, you don't want any checkpoint, you're free with anyone coming in. Anyone.
I think that the idea of having a border is a new concept that only came about in such a way after World War II, and it has led
No,
to
that's
nothing but
incorrect. We've had, borders in this
it
country since the establishment of this country. But I've already heard that
No,
crying excuse before.
no,
My
yeah,
family came
you
here in
certainly,
the late
no, you certainly did.
1800s. There was borders back then, and they had to come in through Ellis Island. They had to do
Yeah,
health checks. They had to
yeah, we
do
had like
all this
immigration
kind of
policy.
stuff to
Sure.
come into the country illegally. Sorry?
Yeah, we had immigration policy. It just borders are a relatively new idea, and we
No,
didn't
they're
have
not.
much
They're
of.
hundreds of years old. Countries, in the
No, they
16th
were.
century, we had borders. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. What happens when a guy, the next kingdom over, draws his border a little differently?
Then there's a war.
Yeah, unless you don't know about it because like you didn't communicate with them and you never saw
I
the
mean, you're
exact.
going to hear about it, and if they step on
Maybe,
your land and you
I
have
mean,
citizens
maybe
there,
there
you're going
were
to know about
telephones
it.
back then. Like you don't know. Borders like this are new because it used to be that like people had a general assumption there were like variants of like languages and ethnicities across regions, and like people just kind of
Borders are not new.
no, they are relatively new in their current form. Yeah,
You
that
just agreed with me 2 seconds ago that there was borders in the 16th century. But you said,
I,
oh, how would they know about it? How would they know about it? They
yeah.
had
How would they
people
know
there
about
in
it?
villages. There's
Okay,
populations near
what
the
happens?
borders.
What do you tell the people the next town over when they look at their map compared to yours and they think that their border is different?
Well, first off, that's not exactly what would happen. First off, you're going to have one people from one kingdom starting to encroach on your land. What do you think is going to happen when that other kingdom
If they run
encroaches
it
on
back to
your
the Lord,
land?
I guess if they run it back to the Lord of that land, but if they don't find out or the people there don't give a
Can you
shit.
name a time in history where that's happened before?
No, I'm doing hypotheticals. I'm just saying that this
So
is like
hypothetically, that you think there was no borders until the modern era.
hypothetically you think there were borders naturally,
No, I
but
can give you examples of kingdoms that were. I can once again we can go back to any civilization in the
sure.
1600s and
And you
talk
can go
about the
back and
borders.
find border disputes from every neighboring civilization, and it just means that there are differing ideas as to borders, what constitutes them, how to maintain them.
Okay, so
And
there were borders. Jerusalem had
again,
borders.
I said in their current state, these borders are a new thing. This is a relatively new concept.
Well, let me
Especially
clarify
borders
something.
are
I think
open.
I can maybe start to understand what you're trying to say. What you mean, a heavily militarized border is a
Especially
relatively new
average
thing.
military, even a checkpoint, even a checkpoint. I mean, you
No, no,
so
I mean
I
that's
don't
not
know
really
how
a new
old
thing
you are.
either.
I don't know how old you are, but you know you used to be able to go to Canada and Mexico without a passport before 9/11.
I don't know about that. Maybe, possibly. Let
I
me
do.
fact
I
check
was there.
that.
I did it.
I mean, I also have people telling me that you can go into Mexico without a passport and an
You
ID
can't
today, and they
anymore.
say they
You
do it
can't
every
anymore.
day.
You used to be able to, but I'm pretty sure they shut that down. Especially after Trump, I'm sure they shut that down. But you used to be able to go into any one of our neighboring countries.
Let's see. Let's see if that's true. But if you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about, okay, that was indeed true. Pre 9/11, U.S. citizens could often travel to Canada and Mexico land by sea, but you would still have to show identification.
Sure, you need IDs for a lot of places. It's the modern age, but like these are new concepts, and we treat them like
No, I'm
they're
talking
actual
about pre
for
9/11.
existence. Huh?
I'm talking about pre 9/11. You would still have to show some kind of form of identity.
Sure, yeah, you need an ID. They want to know if someone's coming into their
Someone
country
said
with their
talk
shirt
about
up off.
abortion. If you guys want us to talk about anything specific, you can drop some super chats. I saw some guy spamming push-ups. J Money, you know the deal. Super chat.
Don't ask for super. Don't give him super chats. He's not going to give me any money.
What am I gonna give you?
I said don't give him super chats. He's not going to give me any of the money.
Well, he's a communist. He believes in
I believe in money. I believe in
redistribution
getting
of
money. I
it.
need fucking.
Redistribute.
I
I'm
don't
gonna let
need
you come on
that.
here for free. Redistribute the wealth from your communist ass to myself.
It's not how this works.
And man, that wasn't a nice thing. I'm already giving you a platform with almost 20,000
A
subscribers, and you're really gonna
platform.
talk about that? You
I
begged
have
for this
I have
debate.
7 times the amount of Twitter followers that
Where?
you
On
have in
Twitter?
here.
No one gives a fuck about Twitter. Go live on Twitter then.
I don't think that works. They
Is
just
your
make
Twitter monetized?
no. I'm not giving
Okay,
money.
then no one
Fuck
cares.
us. That's
Smash that like and subscribe button. I mean, we already got super chats. Does that make your communist ass cry? But let's continue with let's
This
continue with the subject here. So, as I was saying, so you're fine with anyone coming into the country. You said anyone, no matter what. So that
no,
means
you said open
rapists.
borders, and I said open
Let's
borders.
use the word rapist. Let's keep it family friendly. Rapist, murderers, anyone that's harmed women. Stop spamming push-up time, J Money. You know the deal.
Um,
Smash that like and subscribe button, though, fellas. So you're fine with any kind of criminal coming into the country, is what you're saying.
no, and you know that's a mischaracterization, and I
It's not a
completely.
mischaracterization. You said no checkpoint, no
I have
border,
said
no
over
nothing.
and over, I am for open borders eventually. Right now, we have a stupid immigration policy that is not helping us.
How is it not helping us? Because we're not
Because
allowing illegal
deporting people
immigrants to come
doesn't
here
do anything.
and
If someone does a crime in a country, shouldn't you get locked up in that country? Why would we deport all the criminals? That's
how
so
does it?
fucking weird.
What did you say? Why do we deport? I mean, depends on the crime that you did.
No,
In
no, no,
some
no, 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 no,
countries,
no. If
this is
you do a
international
crime in a
law.
country, you get arrested in that country. Why would we go
No,
around?
you're wrong. I can name scenarios where people did minor crimes and they just get deported.
No, you can petition for extradition
No,
while
sometimes
in
you just get
custody.
deported out of the country.
What?
I said sometimes when you go to other foreign countries, I know you've never left the Americas, just Mexico and America, but sometimes when you go to other countries, if you commit a minor criminal violation, they just deport you back home
Yeah, why would we be bothering people who commit minor criminal violations?
because they're breaking the law?
So everyone does. You speed to work sometimes.
Okay, and what happens when you get caught?
I don't know. You get a fucking ticket. You don't get deported. It's
Exactly.
not
So
like
when
people
you do a
forget.
crime, you get the punishment.
Yeah, but the punishment should be the same across the board. It shouldn't
It
matter
is
if
the
you're
same
brown.
across the border. If you
No, it's
enter the
not. You
country
don't get
illegally, you get
deported.
deported. You get
That's not.
deported.
No, you don't. No, you don't. And up until recently, it was a fucking misdemeanor.
What's a misdemeanor?
Be crossing the border.
It's still a misdemeanor. It's a federal misdemeanor
Then why the fuck would you deport someone for it?
because they're breaking the immigration law.
Yeah, so you put them in a holding cell and you get their paperwork straight and you run a background
You,
check and they
you,
say, "Oh no, straight up gross." Hold on, I think I lost you there
sorry,
for a
what
second.
happened?
Now you put them in lockup. You fucking do their paperwork. You make sure that they're not like a registered sex
Oh,
offender.
so you reward the criminals that break the federal law.
Reward the
They break the
criminals.
federal
What are
law
you
and you want to
talking
reward
about?
them?
No, no. Breaking the law is not a same across the board circumstance. And doing one minor crime to get to a place where there's better economic opportunity because you're
It's a
homeless.
federal misdemeanor.
I don't think it is. I
And
don't
these,
think.
it is a
Is,
federal
is a,
misdemeanor.
can a federal crime be a misdemeanor?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. If you say so.
See,
I'm
you
not
don't
going
even
to.
understand how the legal system works, and you want to tell these people
What?
that they shouldn't
You
deport
don't
them.
understand
They
how the
shouldn't
legal
deport them.
system works. You do not. Don't tout yourself as some kind of fuck.
I'm not a
So,
criminal
exactly.
defense
So don't
attorney,
say
but
anything over top of me. That
I mean,
is
I
not how this
understand
works.
that you can get a federal, and there's a state level misdemeanor and there's a federal level misdemeanor, but okay.
That's fine. Misdemeanors are misdemeanors. They're tickets.
It's a
Most times.
federal crime. A misdemeanor is not a ticket. You can face prison time for
Yeah,
misdemeanors.
with some, yeah, sure. A lot of them are fines and like slaps on the wrist, and
He
that's
does look
probably
like the
what.
Cobra Kai guy. You look like the
Why
guy
don't
in
you
the
want?
karate, or
Are
what is
you
that shirt
not
called?
concerned? Are you not concerned that like all of the people in this country will just like never have babies? Do you not
I
want
mean,
more people to come into the country? Do you not want there
sorry?
to
Say
be?
that again?
You don't want more people to be in this country? You don't want more babies to be born? Do you only
I
care about
want
them
more
having
American
life?
citizens. I think if you break, the
So
federal
what?
law, you should not be rewarded.
You mean you only want white Americans to have kids?
No, I'm fine with immigration if you come legally. I love immigration.
No,
The
you
right
don't. You
way.
want to deport people.
If you
You
come the
know
right
that
way,
they're deporting
I
people
want
who
more
are
people to
not
come the right
criminals.
way.
What?
I want more people to immigrate legally. Fill out a work visa. It takes 30 to 45 days.
So then you're against You're against the what $100,000 H-1B visas?
No, I'm for that. I'm for the American
Why?
citizens. For
Why?
American citizens to get
The
jobs
people
before
who
people from India and Pakistan to, replace and take their jobs.
they're not being replaced. Those jobs get filled by like the candidate they think is best for it in the first place.
No, they get filled by the people that they can pay less.
They don't pay them. Those guys make a pretty decent living as like tech
They are
specialists,
paying them
IT guys, and
less.
coders and shit. Yeah, they make pretty decent money.
Tell us how you're going to make America better. That's what I see an interesting comment. Someone says, "Tell us how you would make America better." How do you
Me?
think these illegal immigrants can benefit our society? Please tell us.
How I think they can benefit our society the same
No,
way they
not benefit our society. I don't want them to benefit from our society. Tell me
uh,
how they can better our society.
they already
Better.
do. They already do.
How?
They pick food and do
They
jobs.
make food and do jobs. American citizens do that too, and they don't break the federal law.
Not in, and yeah, a lot of American citizens do break federal laws, and
Most people have clean records. I don't know what kind of world you're living in. Do you have a clean
yeah,
record?
yeah, 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 but most people also don't get caught because they're tiny little dumb things that like no one notices or cares about, and the world's big, and like it's okay sometimes. So like yeah, but I think most people break a couple laws a day by accident. In my state, it's illegal to spit on the sidewalk. I do it, so I break the law.
I think
These
that's
things are
illegal in a lot of states. But
yeah,
yeah, you know why that's illegal
my
to do? Do you think that's a
immigrants
stupid
provide
law?
to this country
Because
uh,
spitting
the
on the
same thing
sidewalk,
that people
actually, that's how you spread sickness and disease. But okay, here we go. Here's another thing.
immigrants provide to this country the same thing that people who are born here provide to this country. People.
Okay, so why should we put them ahead of American citizens that,
I don't
are
think in
illegally
any
born
way,
here?
shape, or
Sorry?
form anything has been done to put illegal immigrants ahead of U.S.
They're
citizens.
given more
Before you
welfare
say
than
it,
they're
before you
getting
say something
welfare
about
when
the fucking
American
healthcare,
citizens can't even get it.
do you what?
They're
Repeat.
getting welfare when American citizens can't
Where?
even get it.
Where are they getting welfare? Are you talking about
Okay, well, first off,
itself?
here's a huge example.
Do you
Go ahead.
realize they pay tax? Do you realize they pay tax and get
Do you
benefits?
realize that they're not actually a net positive to this tax system?
Sure, they are. They don't
No, they're
get
not. Just because they're paying two or $3,000, $4,000 a year in taxes doesn't mean
per
that
person.
if they have one child that goes to public school, that costs $10,000 a year in taxpayer dollars. They're paying
Okay.
around three, four, maybe $5,000 a year in taxes, and
So you don't
they
want
have children. A bunch of them are going to
you
public
don't
school.
want
That's ten
kids to
thousand
you
dollars
don't
per
want kids to
children.
be educated. You don't want kids to
Sorry,
be educated.
what?
You don't want kids to be educated.
They're illegal immigrants. They can get educated in
Not the
their own
kid. Not the
country.
kid. The kid's born here. That's called birthright
I never
citizenship.
said that the kid was born here.
I'm assuming if like an immigrant comes
Well,
and
this is an assumption.
okay,
And even if they were
yours
born here and their
yours is a
parents came here
hypothetical.
illegally,
You're
they
making
should
up
be
people.
deported.
Why?
Their family should be deported because they broke federal law. They blatantly said they don't care about the law. I just explained to you how they're
Do
not
you
a
want them
benefit to
to
the
die?
taxpayer system. Not to mention, we're just talking about
Do you
putting their
want do you want
kids in the school
families to die?
system. They also will take food stamps. They'll also take, Section 8 housing, et cetera, et
They don't
cetera,
take
et
food
cetera.
stamps. You
They'll
need a
take
social security
Medicaid.
number. You need a social security number for all those things.
A lot of
They're
people say they're
allowed to
using
go
fake
to
social
the.
security numbers, and
They
also
don't
they
get
are getting health care benefits because there's a bill right now, a budget bill. It's for I don't know the exact number. Some people argue it's in the billions. Some people say it's a trillion. But there's a thing in the budget right now that couldn't get passed. That's why the government's shutting down tomorrow because they're
It's
trying
not
to
what the
increase the
government's shutting
budget for
down
the illegal
tomorrow.
immigrants to get health care.
It's not, and that's not what it's for. And
Yeah, it's to increase the budget of the United States, and in this budget bill,
mhm.
it puts a place in this budget bill for illegal immigrants to get health care. But let's go back to your original question. How is this putting illegals above American citizens? Okay, you're telling me homeless veterans, homeless people in New York City can't get housing, but illegal immigrants that come into this country, they get to stay in four and
No,
five star hotels? They
no,
get to stay in 4 and 5 star hotels. You're fine with that?
no, and they don't. And
Yes,
even
they do. It's been proven. It's proven multiple times.
now,
Multiple times.
there are a couple programs that I think help with that. Just like there are some
A couple
programs that help.
programs, so it is true. You
There
admitted to it.
are Yeah, I guess there's a couple, but there are also
Okay,
programs
so
for.
they are putting illegal immigrants above American citizens. So you admit it. You admit it.
There
You
are
admit
also
it.
programs that do those things for homeless vets and homeless people
They're
in general.
prioritizing the
No,
illegal
they're not.
immigrants.
No, they're not.
Yes, they
There
are.
are
They're
some
getting
that
the
are based
every
on
single time an
immigration.
illegal
There are
immigrant
some that
gets
are
the
based on
housing
just
instead
being
of
a
homeless
veteran. There are
veterans. That's
some that are
prioritizing
based
them.
on
They should get
just being
zero
homeless. There are
housing
some that are based on being a
because this
woman.
is a
There are,
finite resource.
what
Do
is
you
a finite
understand? Housing
resource?
is a
Money?
finite resource. There's
No, it's
only
not.
so much government housing. By
Build, make,
definition, it is.
build more.
Do you know how long it takes to make a housing development?
Not very long. We take a
Can you
long
tell
time in
me?
this country
Can you tell
because
me how long it takes? It doesn't just come up overnight.
sure, yeah. If you start today, it might take a year. That's great. In a year, we can help people. Shit, we can
Okay,
even
so we should
do something for
prioritize
them in the
illegal
meantime. Like
immigrants for
here's one of the
years and
programs
years and
where they
years
take
and
in a
years and
hotel room for a
years.
couple nights. So you're forced up funding shelters.
No, I'm opposed for putting illegal immigrants in housing instead of
You just want to kill
veterans.
homeless people and immigrants.
Sorry?
You just want to kill homeless people and immigrants.
Kill? No one said anything about that word.
You
I
were
said I
sending
want to
them back to
remove the
unsafe
illegal
conditions.
immigrants and,
Yeah, yeah,
and
you're
ship them
sending them
out of
back
this
to
country
unsafe
and
conditions.
put veterans into those places.
You're sending them back to unsafe conditions.
Unsafe conditions. If they were
Yeah,
coming from
third world
unsafe
nations are being
conditions, why didn't they
destroyed.
file for asylum instead of
They do
entering illegally?
sometimes. We deny those too, or lock them in
Yeah,
cages.
because they have to be reasonable asylum claims under the international laws.
Yeah, and we just ignore them sometimes. We had
I mean,
fucking
can you
guys
give
on
an
horse.
example, or are you
Right?
just going to continue to talk out of
Yeah,
your
yeah, yeah.
ass?
The guys on horseback when Biden was in fucking office, whipping Haitian guys trying to come over the border, even though their nation's like completely destabilized.
What are you talking about? I mean, I'm pretty sure Biden did an entire program for Haitian immigrants to come into the United
I
States, but
want you
I'll
to
just look that
Google.
up.
I want you to Google horseback Haitians whipping. See what picture comes up. I it was a really
Okay,
intense.
horseback Haitian immigrants whipping. Are you talking about, is this in Haiti?
Is it no? They were crossing. I think it was in Texas. I think they were Texas Marshals. Yeah, dude, they were whipping them with belts. Like we've done this across presidencies. We've done this
I
across.
mean, yeah, these people are coming into the country illegally, so I mean,
So
what
you're
can you
for that? You're
expect?
for that? What you see in that picture?
Um, I don't see anything too harmful. I just see them enforcing federal law, honestly.
That's deplorable. You should, I don't know, examine your soul,
And by
man.
the way,
Fuck up.
Biden, speaking about Biden, he did a humanitarian parole program for Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuela that allowed these people, if they met eligibility, to enter the United States legally.
Good, cool. I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. First and foremost, Nicaragua is, I think, at least majority ruled over by the Sandinistas, a socialist party. Venezuela is ruled over by the Maduro government, which
That's
is
communist. Oh, that's a little bit
no, 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 no,
ironic. You're
no, no,
for
no. They're not
socialism and
communists.
communism, and these
They're
people are
not
trying to
communists. They're not
escape
even
it.
socialists.
That's
They're
really
not even
funny.
socialists.
Move to
Um,
Haiti.
what?
Someone said move to Haiti.
I don't want to move to Haiti. It seems like it sucks. We've destabilized the country like a million times over. So did
Smash
France.
that like and subscribe button. I looked it up. I didn't see any actual. I didn't see anyone actually getting whipped. All I saw was, a whip that was kind of, hanging out near the illegal immigrant. So I can't really
Oh
confirm or
yeah,
deny.
definitely. They just took the picture with it in there
I
for
mean, I
fun.
didn't see in the
For
photo of anything
funsies.
making contact, so I'm not going to draw conclusions of what happened and what didn't happen.
Okay, that's fine. Truth is relative.
And
And
even if it did happen, okay, don't come over the border illegally, and it won't happen to you. Is the world
that's an
flat? Someone wants
insane
to know.
precedent to take. You
But if
want
you guys have any comments, questions, anything you want us to discuss, feel free to drop super chats. But is the world flat? If you love North Korea so much, will you move there in the future once you save up some money?
no, the country's at war. I don't want to move to a country actively at war.
Huh. Well, what about, is the world flat?
No.
Well, that was just another question from the comment section.
No. Okay. No. What the fuck?
What mod is going hard with the name calling? I'm curious. I don't see anyone with the name calling. Those were horse reins.
Right,
Let
yeah,
me
they're
look
horse
back at
rains.
the
Either way, they're
picture.
hitting them with them.
Were those horse reins? Huh. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. Uh, I don't. Maybe they were horse reins that fell. Maybe they were horse reins that fell.
They
Actually,
were. I know what I'm
I
talking
know
about.
how a whip looks, and I know how horse reins look because I used to ride horses.
Like I said, they were whipping them with belts. It might have been horse reins
It
instead
definitely
of.
was not a belt. I mean, if he was whipping him, then why would he be like, whipping him at the same time and grabbing him? I don't know. I feel like these are
I
pictures
don't know
taken
what
out of
picture you're looking at. The
context.
picture I'm talking about has two guys on horseback, and like two Haitians like running away while they get fucking the whips in the air. Or
I'm looking at these guys. I don't see any whips on them whatsoever.
like I said, it's a belt. I don't know if I can. Am I still on chat if I do?
I mean, I'm just observing these pictures. I don't see any actual. I mean, I think this was taken out of. I feel like this was taken out of context, honestly. I mean, look at this photo right here. I'll show the photo on screen. Hold on. Let me flip off the green screen. We can compare some photos.
Hold on, yeah, show me because I'm about to Google it.
I mean, here you go. This is the photo that you're talking about right here. I don't know how well you can see this, but you can see
Yeah, that
that.
is the photo. Yep, and
And you
yeah,
can see
what
in
do you?
this
Okay,
picture, this is a different angle. You
okay.
can see it's connected.
Are you claiming that they just made up a story to paint Biden as hard on the border?
I mean, of course. I mean, this wasn't.
Why?
I don't know
Who?
who made this, but yeah.
Why? Who? What benefit would that be to
I don't
him
know,
or
to,
his opponent?
make it even more pro open border.
Who?
It is fake news. I'm looking at this. This is obviously horse reins. Can you
Yeah, I
guys see
said it
this
was a
clearly?
belt.
Look
A
at what
belt
he's
didn't
holding on
look
to
like
right
horse
here.
reins.
Can you guys see what he's holding on to? It's connected to the horse.
Okay, what are you telling me that you
I
think that
encourage you
someone
to do
made up?
your own research because everyone in the comments is saying this was debunked.
Now what research is. You have to
No more
have.
research, no more searching, no more Google
You can
searching, no
search
more
it. You
coming
can
to your own
read
evidence.
articles. You're not researching anything.
I'm doing my own collective research.
That's not, and it's not collective. Collective means more than one person.
I looked at
Yeah,
we
you
can look
looked
up the
at it. You
definitions
read.
for all
You
this,
looked
but
at a picture. You looked at a picture. You didn't even read the article,
let's
dude.
get a super chat to piss the guest off. I agree with that comment. No, I looked at the picture and I looked at all the
I looked
images
at
of
the
the whole
picture. Dude,
situation.
you didn't even read the article attached to it. What benefit would there be of painting
I
Joe
mean, what
Biden as
article is it?
hard
It's
on
all it's
hard on the
saying is
border?
that they whipped them.
I made the claim. Yes, that happened under Joe Biden. I stand by that claim. Your claim is that someone made up an article to make Joe Biden look like he was a
Let's
hard
see if we
cracking
can
down
find an
border
article
dog.
saying it was debunked.
What article? From who? Where?
I'm gonna see if we can find one. Hold on, hold
Oh, you're
on.
just making stuff up.
No, I'm seeing if there is one.
You're just like hoping. This is
Oh,
code. That's
Political
fine.
Co. Do you believe in Political Co? They're a pretty left leaning, you know.
Who?
But here's a whole article
Politico?
about it. These are the
Politico?
fact checking of the Democrat Party, by the
I
way. And
don't
here we
really
go.
buy Politico, but they're unbiased enough. What does that say? Could you read it for me? I can't. I
Yeah, I
can't
can
read.
read it to you. You can't see it. It's backwards. It says patrol agents on horseback did not whip immigrants, but used force and inappropriate language.
Okay, great. So someone made up an article that Joe Biden was hard on the border
And you
as.
believed it and you ran with it.
Yeah, dude, you believe a lot of dumb stuff. You have
Okay,
Trump.
tell me some dumb stuff I believe. Where
You
is your MAGA hat? That's a serious question.
think
Where
that
is your
drug prices are
huh?
lowered when it's
Yes,
not
did you
drug
not
prices.
watch did you watch the meeting
Yeah.
today?
It's three drug prices for three. It's three drugs that are with Pfizer, who are an Israeli company, and it's just
Did
it
you
is.
watch any of the actual thing that happened today?
Yeah, and I can tell you what the three medicines they. One is an ointment for like dermatite something skin thing. One's for migraines and one's for arthritis, and that's cool
I'll
that
have
these
to
lower
fact check
prices.
that, but As we know, Trump obviously we have to work with multiple companies. The first one was Pfizer. Now
It's
we have
not
to
the
work with
first
another
one.
company.
You
Now we
you
have to
can't
work with
make
another
up
company.
stuff for the
Huh?
future. You can't make stuff up for the future. We can
I
only
mean, it's
deal with
not
like
made
one
stuff up.
sphere.
It's plans for America.
It's not. Why
It
did he
is.
share that weird AI medbed thing the other day then?
What weird AI thing?
You don't know? Okay.
I mean,
Medbeds are
what you
like
said was blatant misinformation. What I said was
no.
pretty true that they're lowering drug prices. That was my
I-
claim.
No. You are doing misinformation because it's
I mean,
not
you just
outright
said that,
false.
but you just said that under Biden they were whipping Haitian immigrants at the border.
You're right. I'm
You
sorry.
truly
So points
believe
for
that?
Biden. Points for Biden in your book, right? Is that what you're saying?
I don't really care about Biden anymore. He's
Okay, so
not,
then it doesn't
president
matter, and we can
anymore.
move on from it.
It
Next,
facts versus fiction do matter.
yeah, but you're
Do you
doing
watch The
misinformation.
View? Do you watch The View?
No, no, what?
Okay, this is just a question from the comment section.
No, I don't. I don't have cable. Um, you are doing misinformation by saying he's lowering drug prices. That's not true.
He
He's
did lower
lowering.
drug prices. You
No, no,
just
no, no, no,
named
no,
three
no.
drugs he lowered the
Three,
prices of.
three, and he's working with an Israeli company, which
And
is
I said
really funny.
drugs. And I said drugs.
Yeah, you said lowering the cost of drugs, which makes it sound like
So,
it's
which
all
that
drugs.
is true. You just
You
agreed with
didn't
me.
know that it was only three, and you didn't know that it wasn't every
How do
company
you know?
or
How do you
company.
know what I knew?
Because I could
Any
see it.
critical
I could
evidence or
see it
thinking
in
for
your eyes.
that?
I could see it in your little eyes over there. I can
In
tell.
my little eyes, so basically
Yep.
no evidence or no
Smell it.
substantial proof, just like your claims with
Yeah,
Biden
it's a
whipping
vibes thing here,
Haitian
but you go
immigrants.
off of vibes a lot. You were going off of vibes when you said he's lowering drug prices because you
I
didn't
mean,
have
no, I was
any
going off
information.
facts. You just agreed to it. It was facts.
It's not facts. It is
Fentanyl went
a
up to $12, man. You
mischaracterization
can actually
of
get some of
a
that
real
stuff
thing.
now. Isn't that fantastic?
What?
I'm just joking at what someone said in the comments. They said fentanyl went up to $12.
Great. We love.
Now it's Semetics. I agree with that comment.
It's
I don't
not
even know what The
semantics.
View is. What's The View? It's a TV
When you're
show.
doing a headline, it's misinformation. When you're stating facts improperly to characterize it as something
What
different than
facts
what
did I
it is.
stated improperly? You're still yet
You
to say
said
one.
drug prices are being lowered. That
You
is
just
a
agreed to me 2 seconds ago. You're trying to argue about Semetics right now. That's what you're trying to argue.
semantics would be if
Semantics, yeah.
semantics would be if he was lowering every drug in the world's prices, and you said he's lowering prescription medications, and I said, well, actually, it's all drugs. And you're like, well, he's lowering all prescription medications too.
You didn't
That
say
would
it
be
was all
semantics.
drugs. Neither of
That's
those last two statements ever
you
occurred.
are so
Semantics, yeah, I
dude,
said semetics.
I'm giving you a
Semantics.
hypothetical as to what semantics would be. That's what semantics
Okay.
would be.
You lost me
You
there.
are doing
Semantics.
misinformation. You're doing
Semetics,
a
thank you.
clickbaity headline. You're doing a clickbait headline. You're saying drug prices lowered. Three drug prices
Okay,
were lowered.
CNN does that. All your favorite news networks, they
I
all
don't
do
watch
that.
any of those news. I don't know what you think
Well,
I
where do you
watch,
get
but
your
I don't.
news from? They do
Where do I get
clickbaity
my news from?
titles.
I get news from a variety of sources and I fact check it amongst the best and most reliable sources that
You
I
don't
have.
like CNN?
No. I mean, I
You
watch
know that they're
CNN
the communist
some.
news network and you're a communist? I thought you guys would have got along a lot.
I do all of your brain cells fire. I don't know what to tell you, man. None of what communists believe is what happens in America or anything in any sort of mainstream part of this world.
For
Outside
fuck's sake, three
of
drugs are drugs.
yeah, sure, but it's a mischaracterization to say he lowered drug prices. He lowered
He did
prices on
lower drug
three
prices.
drugs. He lowered
What's a
prices.
proper characterization then? Go ahead, continue. Tell
Trump
us.
secures lower prices on three vital.
Oh, so
Uh,
because I'm not extra specific enough for you.
Hey man, you're the one who wants to be on the internet. You're the one who wants to have a fucking platform.
I mean,
You're the one who
apparently you wanted to come on
you
here too, and apparently you care about having a
I have
platform
the
on
day off.
all
I have the
Twitter.
day off from my real fucking job, and I wanted to bother you because I thought it would
I
be
mean, you didn't
fun.
bother me very well. I mean, we've gotten some super chats, but someone else drop a big, beautiful super chat.
I didn't bother you. I didn't bother you very long. You yelled at me and said I couldn't skip the line, and I'm
I didn't
here.
yell at you. Didn't raise your voice. Didn't raise
You
my
typed in
voice.
caps. That's
I was
text
enjoying
yelling.
my live stream. I
You
was
did.
enjoying myself. You didn't.
You were
If your
enjoying
message
yourself.
was
You were
to try
looking
to
at
upset me,
memes.
you should
I'm
try a
giving.
little bit harder.
I- I'm putting my whole
You're not a
laugh into
very
this,
good
man.
troll. Do you
I'm
actually
trying to
even
offend
believe in
you.
communism, or are you just trying to upset me and you're actually like a liberal Democrat?
Hold your fucking horses, sir. I can show you exactly how fucking communist I am. Want to question my goddamn credentials?
The commie wants us to all live like he does. It's not happening.
The USSR.
Okay, there's his credentials, guys.
Everyday life in North Korea.
Well, why don't you go live in North Korea, man? It's
But
so
it
good.
sucks,
It's so
dude. They're at war. Do
perfect.
you not understand
You can
the
get 3
foundations of
pieces of meat
Leninism?
a year, man. Fuck yeah. Go live in North Korea.
What about what? No, dude, you don't understand anything about North Korea. You know that weed's legal in North Korea?
Definitely not. And why would that matter to me?
I don't know. I'm just saying
And
they
it's
like,
definitely not legal. How is it? How would
yeah,
you even get any if you can't
right?
even
They
have
grow
any
it.
money?
They grow it.
What are you
They
gonna
don't.
do? Trade your 3 pieces of meat for some,
You
MJ?
know, you know they have money, right? Like they have jobs, right? Like most people there are just like trying to like live a normal life day
You
to
know
day.
they get like 7 pieces of meat yearly to live off of, and they're
No,
starving, and it's a
they
hellhole.
have less. What they have is a problem of arable land. They can't grow a lot of food, and it takes a lot
They're
to.
starving. They're literally
They're not
starving.
starving all the time, but they've had famines. Yeah,
They're not starving all the time. They get 7 pieces of meat a year. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
I don't think you know anything about North Korea. Do you know how many
I
political
mean,
parties there are in North Korea?
there's just one political party, and the rest are fake. You
No,
either vote for Kim
there's
Jong
three.
Un or you
There's
get Kim
three.
Jong
You
Un.
don't vote for Kim Jong Un. He's not an electable figure. He's also just a figurehead. He doesn't make any policy. There's three political parties. There's the Social Democrat Party, or I'm sorry, Social Democracy Party. There's the I think Chunggu. I might be wrong. The majority religious party, and then there's the Korean Reunification Party. Those are the three major political parties. There's like 6 or 7 if you break it down to like the small parties in their parliament.
So if the political parties are real, how come none of them have ever actually been elected, or are they telling you they've been elected, quote unquote?
They've been elected. They get elected. I mean, that's how they get those positions. They do it similar to China, I think, where elected officials start at the local level and you work your way up through the party.
Go live in North Korea. Hell yeah, man, I agree.
I mean, they have streamers in North Korea. I mean, they just stay in like North Korea and Chinese internet. It's
I
just
never
more
seen
closed
one. I
off.
don't really think if I believe that unless it's state ran propaganda.
Do you think that you can like how effective do you think a state is at these things? Like if you don't think that like if you could do it, we wouldn't do it for our people too? Like you
What are you
have
talking
hold
about?
on, hold on. You do realize you have like a picture of Donald Trump up on your wall, like a big shrine. Like people
Hell
think
yeah, we support the
is,
president of the
but
United
isn't that
States. Is
almost
that raging you? Are you gonna go
exactly
into a Trump derangement syndrome? Trump, Trump,
no,
Trump,
it's just
go,
like
go,
it
go.
doesn't that feel
Fascism,
exactly the same as
fascism,
like the people in North
fascism.
Korea
This
having
is a
like
shrine. This is a shrine.
pictures?
I love communism and I love Kim Jong Un and I just want to live in communism hellholes. Hell yeah.
I mean,
Fuck yeah.
doesn't like your shrine on your wall feel just like the exact same as
What
like the
about
people
the
in North
communist
Korea?
shrine on your wall? Doesn't that kind of feel like the exact same thing?
I don't know. Mine's not like a face
And
of
by the
a
way, this is a
of a
set
dude.
for the live stream show, but I guess you really don't know.
No, I just couldn't imagine putting that up in my
I
house.
just
That
couldn't
would feel
imagine putting up, a
weird.
system of political, communism that's killed over 56 million
A
people in
system
Russia. But
a system of political communism. Okay, those
I said
numbers
a
seem
political
so.
system called communism that's killed over 56 million people in Russia, but
It
guess you don't
hasn't.
want to talk about that.
I do. It hasn't. Those numbers are silly and not real. Um,
They're silly and not real. So you don't
yeah,
believe
some people
history
died.
books.
Obviously,
You don't
people
believe history
died.
books. That's what you're telling me?
Which history book? Tell me one
All
history
the
book that
history
gives you
books I'm
that.
learning
No,
in
no, no,
school. You
no,
don't
no,
believe.
no, no. Give me one example that isn't the Black Book of Communism, which notoriously lists the names of dead Nazis as victims of communism. Show me one
I
source.
mean, I can
I
look
don't mean
that
a
up in two
website. I don't
seconds.
mean a website. I mean when you pull up a number, I want you to tell me where they got that number because that number will probably come from the Black Book of Communism. It is a widespread myth. They like to consider
So you
them a
don't
load.
believe anything what you've been taught in history class. You think it's all fake, even
No,
if
I
it was
believe
the
a lot of
Black
what
Book of
I've been taught in
Communism.
history class. I just know there's more to it. I didn't get taught all of history. Did you get taught
So you
all of
don't think
history?
100 million? You don't think even 10 million people died from communism in Russia? What is your numbers? What is your estimates?
I don't have numbers or estimates. I don't
So you don't
care
have
to.
any clue. You don't have any relevant information.
Do you think that I'm a Russian? Do you think that I live in like 1960 USSR?
I feel like you think you do.
I don't. I think that it's weird to try and make it seem like those things are my fault or problem.
Here's some. Here's some estimates.
Sure. Okay.
What
Again,
about what about
like I said,
Mao's China? What about the 45 to 80 million people that died from communism there? What about Cambodia? The
yeah, yeah,
1.7 to
definitely.
2 million people that died there. What
Well,
about the
Cambodia
over
wasn't
2 to
communist.
3
They
million
just said
people
that.
that died in North Korea? What about
Where?
all these other places?
When? I don't know. I need sources for all those numbers. I don't just give me.
Cambodia, I already said 1975 to
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
1979.
I need sources for those numbers. Where did they get them? They could be politically motivated. But also, I will concede Cambodia was a fucking mess. That guy started out saying he was a communist and then immediately like switched and decided to be like a
Is
CIA bot.
Rwanda communist?
What? No,
Someone said
Rwanda's not
Rwanda.
communist. Rwanda's not communist. Rwanda was a colony in Africa set up by the Rwanda was Germany. Is it the Dutch? It's one of
What's
those.
wrong with the Cato Institute?
The Cato Institute is bullshit. They are a CIA cutout.
Commie that has never actually seen any communism. Yep, pretty interesting.
No one's ever seen communism. No one's ever done communism yet. It is a idea that you can work towards through a long transition of
Cuba
socialism.
is in great shape.
Cuba's doing really good. Do you know they have a cure for lung cancer, right? Like you can take a shot and it cures like one of the types of lung cancer that exist. Some guy in the U.S. Took it and it worked. They have like the most doctors per capita, and they have been economically sanctioned by their largest
Cuba
trading
does
partner.
not have a cure for lung cancer, but it does have a therapeutic, vaccine.
No, it's a cure. It's not FDA approved, so they don't say that in
I
America.
mean, it would. I'm not. I mean, where should I check? How do I prove this is real? You just want me to
I don't
trust
know.
you?
Read the case. Read the case of the guy who smuggled it back into the
Oh,
country.
so
Took
believe
it.
some made up story from some folklore story from some guy that smuggled it back. Wow.
Yeah, sure. Or you could believe Cuba, who says that they have like a gene therapy. It's a shot that you take
I mean,
maybe
if they
a couple
have it, why
times.
don't they sell it and become like trillionaires or
It's not
multi
approved by the
billionaires?
FDA. It's not approved by the FDA because Cuba is a socialist-run country, and we have them under economic sanctions. So we refuse to
Okay,
do
why
that.
don't they sell it to any other country then and make a fortune?
Do you not understand that when the United States puts sanctions on someone, dealing with them causes you to suffer too? And the American dollar is what is used to buy oil across the entire
Okay,
world.
so how does that have anything to do with Cuba selling their new medicines that are so innovative?
Who can they do business with if they're under economic sanction by the United States?
Russia is under economic sanctions. People are still dealing oil deals with
Yeah,
them.
India's getting in a ton of trouble for that right now. Do you think
Yeah, but
everyone wants
countries
to
have always
deal with
done that
that?
throughout history. I know what
No,
he's
they
talking about. I
haven't,
looked it
because no
up, but
one
that
has
is
ever
not
been
a
in a
lung.
what?
That is not a cure. That's a therapeutic relief.
Dude, it cures cancer. I don't care what the fucking paper says. You can do more
We have
research
a
into
Venezuelan
it.
in here that says, "I live in a social communism. You are welcome to Venezuela anytime. You're gonna take up that offer?"
No, again, I live in America. All my stuff's here. Cuba is not run by a socialist or by a socialist party. They're a social
Well, they
democracy.
were referring to
That's
Venezuela, like I said the first time. They said social communism.
That's not what it is. I think my English is their first language, probably, which is fine. But it's a
I
social
mean, they live
democracy.
in Venezuela, but if you want to tell them what they live in, that's perfectly
Yeah,
fine.
I
That's
think that
between y'all.
everyone who lives in a country isn't responsible to know the exact makeup of their political parties. That's fine. They feel different. I don't care.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, but unfortunately my time's up. But I'm down for another conversation sometime. You can come on live stream if you want.
You hit me up. I will dog walk you any day of the week.
I think I dog walked you, but I mean that's all I gotta say. I mean,
Pronounce
even
the
if you
word
were right, you do
homogeneity.
realize majority of
Pronounce the word
people watching don't
homogeneity.
agree with communism, right?
Pronounce the word homogeneity.
Oh, you heard me say it. Well, you didn't even
I want
pronounce it
the whole
right.
fucking thing,
You
brother.
didn't even pronounce it right. Say it again.
Homogeneity. I know what the
No,
word
that's
is. I
not how
know
you
what it
pronounce
means. I
it.
didn't have to go look it up.
That's not how you pronounce it. But just because I can't pronounce a word or have struggles with
You think
pronouncing
you
certain
dog walked
words,
me?
huh?
You can't take that stance.
I you
He
think
said
you dog
semantic.
walked me
He
and I
did.
can't take the
I
stance that
dog
I
walked
dog
you.
walked you.
Oh, bro, BTMO, bomb the fuck out. I kicked
It's
your
it's
ass.
fair enough, man. I
You
appreciate you
ever bring me
coming
on
on.
again? I will
Have a good
wipe your
one.
face with you.
Talk
Have
to
a
you
good
soon,
day.
buddy. Much love and respect. Bye bye. Oh Jesus. Call me trying to prove he's smart. Pet groomer got dog walked. Yeah, I should have said that. That would have been a funny thing to say. But that was an interesting conversation. Doesn't seem like you guys really enjoyed it too much, to be honest with you. Doesn't seem like J Money. I thought you were gonna drop a $20 super chat for push-ups. That was not very factual, hard-hitting debate whatsoever. What was that? I didn't see any mods belittle you, so I really don't know what you're talking about. But if you can state someone specifically, I can see what they said. Yeah, my head hurts too. J Money, stop screaming push-ups if you're not gonna drop a $20 super chat. You're still trolling. You're still trolling, man. It's the last day of the month. If you want to see the push-ups now, or if you want to wait for another guest, that's fine. But you gotta drop a $20 super chat for the 300 to 400 push-ups. That was an interesting discussion. That guy was ridiculous. Let's see if anyone else would be interested in debating. It was you. I'm trying to make dinner and I gotta listen to some commie. Oh man, sorry guys. That guy didn't know shit. I mean, people have freedom of speech, man. If they want to say he didn't know shit, they should be able to say it. Why do I rage? I didn't rage. Once again, I believe that you should, make the changes you believe that should, happen in your life. If you want communism, go live in communism. I couldn't take that BS anymore. Yeah, I'm sure he would have been willing to sit here for 2 hours and talk back and forth, but I don't think we're getting very far. Thank you, man, for waking people up. Who takes over? Ramen with tofu and broccoli? They are trained to talk like that. The commie made me want to rage. He said so many lies, it was crazy. Yeah, no kidding. No freaking kidding. He lied so much I wanted to scream through the screen for real. If we separate ourselves from specific candidates and look into the past, opponents generally used to treat each other with utmost respect, and that is what is truly missing in today's debate style. I agree with you too, but if someone in the comments wants to say something, or if someone wants to make a little jab or a comment, I'm fully up for that, honestly. But when it comes to like full on ad hominem, was he really a pet groomer? I mean, that's what he said he was. I trolled him back and I told him I was a pet groomer. I said I groom little kitties. Look at the JFK debates. That's definitely interesting. I'll definitely check it out. But I think I'm gonna restart the live stream. If you guys want to come on in about 10 minutes, we'll do it. Because it doesn't seem like you guys, really enjoyed the commie takeover. I don't know. I don't think he has any pets actually. I don't know. That would have been an interesting question. Thank you, Viral Visions. I appreciate that. Well, if you love communism, I guess so, Paul. I guess so. He tried to debate the 160 million killed by communism. I mean, it wasn't really a debate. He just said it was fake. I'll be cool. Don't take my wrench away. I missed it. I mean, I'm going to post this on the YouTube. You can rewatch it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the live stream. I'm gonna end the live stream unless you guys have any final questions, comments. You can drop some super chats. I'll answer them. If not, I'm gonna give myself a break. I appreciate that, modern hippies. Thank you for coming in. What do I want to debate about? Immigration, gun control. Those are my favorite topics. I love debating about why we should let illegal immigrants into this country. I think, he lost pretty bad when it comes to that. Here, I'll send you guys a link if you want to debate me. I don't know if any of you guys actually would want to, but I'll send a link in chat so you guys can join. Am I coming back? Absolutely, I'm coming back. Just give me like 10 or 15 minutes. I'll be back. But there's the Discord link if you want to, debate. We can figure out something to debate, or you can just come on here and talk. But there you go. There's the link. I'm gone in like 30 seconds. I'll be back, guys. I appreciate you, Gear Jammer. I appreciate you, Snuffles, and all the other moderators, IFV, Time on my side, and anyone else that's in the moderator section. Peace, guys. I'll be back in a bit. 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. I'll be back.